Hello YouTube makeup lovers, so I am here with the next video in my makeup collection series. I definitely think that this is going to be the shortest one because it's about my face powders and I really don't have that many. I don't feel the need to buy a bunch of different face powders. The ones that I have are the ones that I love, so I really don't think it's necessary to try a bunch of different face powders. And of course there's one that is like my holy grail face powder in the whole wide world. So in the whole wide world. So I will definitely let you know which one that one is, but you probably already know which one it is if you watch my videos because I mention it all the time. So we better get started with my face powder collection. So the very first powder that I have is the Revlon Nearly Naked face powder from the drugstore. I use the shade Light and I love this powder. This is the best face powder from the drugstore. I highly recommend it. It reminds me a lot of the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural, which brings me to my next face powder, and that is the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural, and I use the shade Medium. This is my holy grail face powder. This is the best powder to set your makeup with. I love it. It just sets foundation so great. It doesn't make it cakey. It's a very finely milled powder, which is how I like my powders, and it just makes your skin look flawless. I absolutely love it. This is my go-to powder. Another excellent powder from the drugstore is from the brand Rimmel, and this is the Stay Matte powder in the shade 001, which is transparent. Again, this is another great powder that sets your makeup perfectly, and I absolutely love it. You can't beat the price. It's a very good price. This one is very good. I do have to say that from the drugstore, I think I mentioned this, but the Revlon Nearly Naked is my favorite face powder from the drugstore. Another powder that I have from the drugstore is the Maybelline. This is a Dream Matte powder. In this one, I use the shade Medium. It says Sand on top. Medium 0-1. That's what it says. And this one has, it has a little part that opens up, which has kind of like the little thingy. I never know what to call it. And then it has the powder up on top that opens up like this. This is also a very good powder for setting your foundation. Another powder that I recently bought is this one from Laura Mercier. This is the Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. This is a really great powder. It's one of the only loose powders that I actually own. I actually have two. The other one though I use for something else, which I will mention quickly in this video. But this loose powder is very good. It's also great for setting your makeup. A lot of people also use it for baking when you want to maybe bake your concealer. This is one that you would definitely use for baking. It works really great for that. I have tried that. But I tend to gravitate more towards the pressed powders just because I feel like the loose powders are a lot more sloppy and it's really not my type of thing. Every once in a while I do feel like using it, which is why I bought this one, because I didn't have any up until recently. But like I said, I always just prefer to grab my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish or the Revlon Nearly Naked are kind of the two that I kind of grab for the most. The Ben Nye Pretty Pink Translucent Powder. This is a pinky toned powder, and this I do not use all over my face. This one I just like to use to set my concealer. It's excellent for setting concealer. It is the one that I have been using and it's currently my go-to. It kind of reminds me of the Benefit Powder Flage, which is a powder that was discontinued, but this one has been the one that I have used to replace that one. Another product I want to mention that I did mention also in my foundation collection video, because it technically is a foundation, but it also is a powder, and that is the Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation. This product is amazing and it's worth mentioning twice. I like to use this as a setting powder when I use my It Cosmetics CC cream, and sometimes also when I use my Origins Vitazing, which is kind of like a moisturizer that kind of gives you a little bit of a tint. That is the only time that I really use the Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation as a setting powder, because it adds just a little bit extra coverage because I'm using lighter products to cover my face. When I do go all out and I do use my foundations, I won't use the Cocoa Powder Foundation. I will use more like the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish or the Revlon Nearly Naked. So that is pretty much it. That was my face powder collection. If you're looking for a face powder at the drugstore, I would definitely recommend the Revlon Nearly Naked. And if you want one that's a little bit more high-end, I would recommend the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural. These are probably my two favorite ones. And of course, for a powder foundation, definitely the Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation. So those are my favorites. As you can see, my collection for face powders isn't that big, but I have everything I need, and I have these products that I love so much. I have no need to go out and buy more powders. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed another video in the makeup collection series. More videos to come your way. I will link all the previous makeup collection videos in the description box down below, so I hope you check them out. And as always, I want to say thank you so much for watching Be Lounge Makeup. Bye!